Namaste, pranams, vanakkam. I am Nandiji, and this is the Mahashivratri of 2018. Here we are, after an inner pilgrimage, going through the depth within ourselves to understand yoga for its richness in its ability to transform us, awakening several layers of our awareness. And at this moment, it is beautiful to share the light, the inner depth of yoga for each to be a yogi. So, divine beings, in each of us, in every human, is a primal longing for freedom. This freedom is from the mind, from the body, and from circumstances. Within the depth of our seeking is that we already know light. So we seek. To know this light is to be awake, to be aware. So, in our journey through yoga, we must be grateful, intensely grateful for having started our yoga practice, having started our practice to go inward. So, I would like to share with you certain insights that would help us attune into the objectives of yoga. The objectives of yoga is yogam. To have attained yoga is yogam. Yoga means good luck. Good luck in all the spheres of life, from health, happiness, love, wealth, recognition, to all that we seek. So in our daily practice through yoga, to attain yoga means to be the yogi. So within our yoga is to understand that we wish to expand consciousness. To expand consciousness means leaving behind the old, welcoming the new, allowing our mind to climb up several notches above in layers of consciousness. So I'd like to list out a couple of thoughts that would be useful in our daily yoga practice. The first is to understand our entire objective of yoga being consciousness. No consciousness as a guru. No consciousness, no yoga journey as to complete the 5 steps to realizing yogam. And this would be the first, our father, mother as a guru. Every cell in our body knowing gratitude. The next, our left breath and our right breath that determines thoughts. Breath determines thoughts. All the gurus, all the beings who through books, through teachings, reveal themselves to direct us inwards, to teach us from the external. They are the gurus. And the fourth is waking up our inner guru, the inner fire. Having woken up the inner fire, we are the yogi when we realize everything is a guru, everybody is a guru, life is a guru, every moment is a guru. So, in our journey through yoga is the left breath and the right breath. For now, to understand the breath, press the left big toe down, take a deep inhale. And as we breathe in from the left, when you press the left toe down, feel the moon energy. The moon is the reflective mind. The left breath is the breath of rejuvenation, the breath that the body needs to rejuvenate itself. The right breath is inspiration. Press the right big toe down, take a deep inhale. Exhale slowly. And the right breath is the sun. Inspiration. Being awake. Now, the next beyond breath is the grace of the masters guiding us in our inner journey. The inner journey grace is the gurus. In my personal life, my gurus have opened the doors in so many beautiful ways, just through the power of mantras, through the grace within the mantra and the grace of connect to higher beings, attain the mantras, utilize the mantras, because the fourth guru, which is the inner guru, wakes up with the mantra energies. So when we do yoga, when we go in through the mantras to work through each posture, to work through breath, we are kindling the inner fire. This inner fire is Mother Kundalini. This inner fire is that which grows, which flows upwards, and through each chakra, through each energy center in us, is the inner reality that blossoms the external reality. So when we do yoga, it is natural to wake up our realities on several layers. The next is understanding that we are within the 24-hour clock of the sun. When we are within time, no matter what, we are imprisoned. We are imprisoned to the day and night. We are imprisoned to the mind in its wavery nature of emotions. We are also imprisoned to the mind that is driven by karmic imprints. This is time. We break free of time by stepping into the timelessness. To step into the timelessness, we would want to light our lamp, a candle, at least once a day. Seek source union. Source means God in all the names. All is infinity. All is absolute. All is void. It is our own personal relationship to our highest self that matters. What name does not matter, though each name does have power in invoking. So, to light a lamp gets us started on our inner journey through yoga. And when we light the lamp and then do a yoga, the chances of injuring ourselves is minimal. We also know that through the lamp is the grace element. The next dimension within yoga is to know that we are stepping into the most joyful doings for ourselves, like a massage of our body and mind. When we know yoga and when we know a path of yoga as joy, we will set disciplines to have more of it. We will break out of the 24-hour cycle by stepping into timelessness. When we step into timelessness at least once a day, we are able to define time. In other words, we are able to work time from our highest intent and clarity of our timeless beingness. So, to light a lamp once a day, to do a yoga once a day is vital. But beyond that is to do our own yoga once a day, each day. The mastery of our own rituals is perfected when we observe the 24-hour cycle. In other words, once a day cycle, no matter what, the discipline to do it once a day. And this discipline can happen when we know the states of joy that is yoga. Through this is knowing that as we journey through within ourselves, we are journeying through several layers of our own energy fields that needs reset into its primal innocence, reset into its primal pristine nature, which already exists within us, but it reset when we are bringing into focus that singularity, and in that focus, all that which is causal of the mind and causal of realities subside. So when we do yoga, it is to attain a meditative state. We see our journey, inner journey, as the most profound prayer of all prayers. In this prayer is a breath itself. To do yoga is to understand now that it is tantiram. Tantiram is the union of polarities on all layers within ourselves and in the external. So when we do yoga, we are consciously celebrating the unions of source with our realities on every layer. Every moment we know we are in the state of bliss. That bliss comes from the knowing that we are the spirit having the human experience. So when we are going through the process of yoga, know that we are the vast, immense being, the spirit, doing or having or working through the human body and mind. Put your hands out when you do yoga. Connect to that infinite sky. Connect to that infinity. And remind ourselves we are the children of the infinite here in the human, in flesh and blood, in this moment. Now, as we go deeper into ourselves, the higher selves, we are now evolving through what would have taken many lifetimes. We are evolving through to climb up to the angelic purity that is within us as the mind itself. This mind is the mind state of Turiya. This mind state of Turiya is woken up when the inner guru has the inner fire is celebrated. In other words, when we do our yoga, know that we are celebrating our inner fire. And this inner fire of Mother Kundalini rises above, awakening and blossoming several realities within ourselves, and bringing us awareness of the vastness of ourselves in focus. Focus is a powerful word. Focus is absolutely a necessity in terms of our inner journey. And this focus is yogic discipline that comes so naturally. Now, as we do yoga, we need to examine yoga for its benefits of where we are, which is the human realities. And in human realities, the beautiful blessings of yoga is vitality itself. So when we kindle the energies of our inner journeys to expand consciousness, we begin to realize that there is a primal dance within us, the dance of joy, the eternal, perpetual states of happiness. This is the inner dance, which is represented as Lord Nataraja, infinity, represented as a dance. And this is the dance we are through our yogic practice. This is what every human seeks, knowingly and unknowingly, to seek being freedom, to seek being joy, to being the epicenter of the universe of universes. And within is the power of vitality. When we are celebrating time, we have unleashed a huge threshold of immense energy. This is vitality. So when we do yoga, due to our energy field having increased, the vitality element having increased, the power of clarity, the ability to bring forth focus, enables us to reveal the next dimensions of yoga, which is the state of Turiya, the higher conscious state, that also gives us a unique gift that exists for each one of us. Each one of us were born with an exceptional purpose in mind, for an exceptional higher purpose of our own seekings from our heart. Awakening to our highest purpose means we know, and this gifts us with the power of inspiration. To be inspired is to be in the higher vibratory field. So as we journey through yoga is the push, which is our doings in the form of the actual physical yoga, in the form of the yogic unions the cosmic unions in the physical, to be good, to do good, and to know Dharma. Dharma is that we have been born here for a higher purpose, and that is Dharma. And every moment of ours is for the betterment of ourselves and for humanity. This is Dharma. So, having woken up, we see the power of push and pull. The pull is grace. Moments such as this, Mahashivratri, is the grace moments. Keeping our back straight, dancing, meditating, singing, celebrating this day means we are simply connecting to the vortex of time, but as yogis, being able to receive the beautiful expanded states of consciousness of Lord Shiva, that is the crown chakra with its petals awake. Once the crown chakra with its petals are awake, we are awake. Our journey has begun. Our journey to enable more freedom, to enable more of focus, to enable more of passion in what we do, to enable the larger picture and the focus is a natural flow of a yogi. To be a yogi is to know the cosmic connect every breath of ours. Our yoga is perpetual. Yes, the asanas, the physical sequence is good. It helps the body to connect well with the mind and be one with the spirit. It's beautiful. Deeper in within yoga is the prayer and the ability for us to know that we are in the now moment. The now moment represents the power to transcend karmic limits. This too is yoga. Karmic imprints is the mind. As we do yoga, we experience ourselves, the spirit, and we are able to step beyond and above the mind into the now, which is devoid of the past, present, and future karmic restraints. In other words, when we do yoga, we are the prophet. We are directly connecting to Source, God, and we are transcending our thought and receiving our thought from the meditative state of mind, Source Connect. And this thought is magnificence of realities. As we celebrate and do our inner journey each day to the core harmony within each of us, we know that we are guided when we are on the journey with our inner fire awake. My Guru Aya would ask, should God, Lord Shiva, appear before you, what will you ask him for? And the answer was to seek God itself, to be God, to be consciousness. For if we are this consciousness, anything that we desire will be. Anything that is meant from a heart to be done, we will do. So, stepping into the yogic pathway. We are the yogi, enriched in ability to make the right decisions, the power and vitality to be the leader, to be able to see the clean, clear picture, to be able to summon the unique gift within each one of us that wakes up as in the form of Siddhi. Siddhi is that extra, the ESP, the extra, and everyone has that extra beyond that limited that we know. In other words, every person, every human is capable of something exceptional and unique that none other can. That kicks in, that wakes up the power of the Siddhi, the power of the unique genius of each from the knowing. So, divine beings, on this day, Mahashivratri, the day of the yogi, it is truly wonderful and inspiring to talk of yoga, of a journey through yoga, of a journey to be the yogi. So, as a yogi, we know that we are the sun. Our realities go around us. Where we are in a vibratory field, we are consciousness. Non-violence, sensitivity, goodness, kindness, generosity, compassion, empathy, all these goodness of human nature is an innate nature within each, just waiting to be woken up and acknowledged as our truth, the truth within each to be the yogi. This Mahashivratri is an empowering once in 27-year period of time to meditate, to source connect, and to allow the crisp new to unfold before us. May all the beauty, all the joy, all the happiness of Mahashivratri, Ananda Mahashivratri, be for each and be for humanity. As one, Om Namah Shivaya.